Hello, everybody. Welcome. Holy moly, is there an echo? Hi. So if you're watching this part, you're probably watching the replay. Please put hashtag replay in the comments so Facebook knows you like this material. If you're new here, my name is Jane. This is Jane Vellante Art, and I've been a mixed media artist for 30 years. Today, I am on the in the Craft Round the Clock group, and I am super excited about it. So there I am. I'm just pulling you up on my mini iPad here. Awesome. Okay, so I see that somebody just commented. A couple now people are popping on. Hello. It's Cheryl and Kathy. I have to take my glasses off to read it on the computer here and put it back on to read things over here. So forgive me for not being able to figure that out a little easier. But anyways, I'm going to do a little collage today. I love to do collage. It's one of my favorite things. And I think I love it so much just because I am a mixed media artist and you can put everything. It's like, making a casserole, right? Right? It's a casserole. So hi, Stacy. Hello, Stephanie. Susan from Virginia. Welcome. Who's off this week? You guys excited about that? I'm a full-time artist, so I'm always off. I'm always off. But anyways, I'm going to get started because we only have 45 minutes here in Craft Round the Clock. So I'm going to add my little overhead computer phone. I've been having some weird tech issues, so hopefully the phone doesn't disconnect 17 times. I'm just going to move this over a touch. All right, so I have this really, really cool decoupage paper. There's quite a bit cut out of it already, but that's what I love about these is you can just cut the parts out. And so you can get this. This is called Tarnished Parts. And I love how rusty and patinaed it is. You can get this on my website, janevellanteart.com. Hey, Miss Lisa. Hey, Julie. And Pat from Illinois, my southern neighbor, Denise and Ruth and Lori. Stacy, welcome you guys. I hope I didn't miss anyone. So I'm running out of surfaces. I need to do a Goodwill run for sure, but I found this canvas that I must have been messing around with. Gosh, I don't even know. You know what I think it was? I think it was pigment powders. And I was just playing around with them and then kind of ditched and abandoned the project. And so this is kind of one of the only surfaces I have left. So I'm going to use it. I always put like a little book underneath when I'm working on canvas, just because when you're pressing down, there's nothing solid underneath. So this one might be a little tall, but that's okay. And normally when I decoupage, I would normally make this background completely white, right? Because that makes the paper pop. But in this instance, this is so grungy and messy already that I actually like all of this stuff showing through. It just gives it a little extra something, right? So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to make this so easy and I'm going to leave it there. Hi, Joby. Isn't that cool paper? So it's called Tarnished Parts. Thank you for sprinkling, Denise. I appreciate that so much. And I've already gotten a couple of big projects out of it, and now here will be another one. I kind of really like this crackly look over here, so I'm going to try to just sand this out. I'm a really bad measurer, so I do it the easy way. And maybe you don't think this is easy, but I promise it is. So I'm just taking a sanding block. So, and if this doesn't quite fit on the canvas, that's okay. You can always put paint around the edges. You can ink the edges. So I'm going to save this part. Isn't this cool? I love this paper. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Kathy from Pennsylvania. Thank you, Sparky Chris. I absolutely, every time I see your name, it just makes me smile. So cute. So let's see. I'm going to whip this around this way. So my really super precise way of measuring, not at all. If you watch me on YouTube, you will know that I am not a measurer. I guess YouTube or Facebook, right? I do have a lot of tutorials on YouTube though. So if you are interested in learning more about mixed media art, You can follow me over there. Subscribe to my channel. Did I do this wonky? I did. Hi. Stay on there. See, I cut and sand like a 4-year-old, but it'll all work out. I promise. Promise. Okay. So that's going to be fine right there. So this is a meshy paper. I actually used one of these last night. It's funny. I don't normally do 2 similar projects in a row, but this one is going to have Pixie Doh. So it's a little different. It's really super meshy, right? So I am not going to use a liquid medium to put it on because this paper, the liquid medium is going to dry super fast. This is very meshy. It's not going to stick. You're going to be frustrated. Use soft gel. You can get it at any hobby store in the fine art section, or you can get it on my website at janebelanteart.com. And on my website, it's just called decoupage gel. You can see it's sort of like yogurt consistency. Why am I hanging onto that? It's not helpful. Put it down. And so this meshy paper will grip right onto this. You can tell my book is a little high, can't you? So what's great about the gel too is that, especially with a thinner paper, I'm going to take this book out for a second. You can lift up your thin paper and it's not going to rip with the gel because the gel is just a thicker medium. So it's far superior in my opinion. And I've been doing this for 30 years. So I feel like it's valid. It's just it's a lot easier. It's a better product. So I just did not put enough on, but look at how quick that just sinks right in, right? This paper really loves a thicker medium. Hey, Miss Shelley. Hi, Lori. How is everyone? You know, I just cut my finger right before this happened. I was in the kitchen, or at the kitchen sink, I should say. And it sounded like, you know how when it sounds like the garbage disposal needs to be turned on? Well, that's what it sounded like. And all of a sudden I heard this just big like clinking and clanging. And I was like, oh my goodness, what now? So there was like a glass in there and it broke. I'm going to put this all the way. I'm over this whole thing, by the way, because that's just going to, I'm layering, right? It's just going to be a nice tooth for whatever it is that I put on top. So anyways, I tried it like I was trying to be really careful and just pull out the pieces. I didn't get them all, but I didn't even know I cut myself. And then I came in here and I was bleeding. What? All right. Quick and easy. I'm just putting a little extra on the sides. It feels dry in here. And I feel like it just wants to have a little bit extra. Look how pretty that is already, right? I love it. I know. Isn't that ridiculous? Shelly, are you off this week? Welcome, Kathy. First time here. I hope you give me a like and a follow. Lindy's here. I know. What else? I was supposed to be getting a massage and going to the chiropractor today too, but I still do not feel better. I mean, I feel a little bit better, but for those of you that's your first time here, I've been sick since December 4th. The sucker is hanging on. All right, heat tool really super quick. So now, I feel like this book is too tall. I might just use it in case of emergency. Kitchens are too dangerous. Stay in the craft room. Thank you. I know. I'm super tired of being sick. I can't even tell you. But anyway, so I canceled my massage, and I was really looking forward to it, but I just can't do it. Okay, so I can't tell you where I got these. These are decoupage and like junk journal cards. I think they're from Tim Holtz, but I have had them for a really long time. So I'm super sorry, but really they're just papers. And I picked these out ahead of time, you know, knowing that I only get 45 minutes here. But I love the process of digging through all of my stuff, right? I really love it. I feel like it's very serendipitous what happens and how it all comes together. So I don't know. I just encourage you. I encourage you to be a hoarder of stuff, okay? If you're gonna do mixed media, you're gonna need a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. And you don't have to pay a ton of money for it. You know, you find old books at rummage sales and you know, thrift stores and flea markets. And I love using old books and old paper for collage. I just used my Yoo-hoo. It's just a dry glue in the interest of saving time here because I have a few things I want to show you. So, pardon me while I chew my cough drops. So what really stinks about these cards though is that they're double-sided. So like you're always like, that's so pretty. You're always covering something up. So I just had to tell myself to get over that. So I just wanted to kind of make like an asymmetrical balance here, okay, with these papers. And that's kind of why I'm putting them in this way. It's covering up a nice portion. There's lots of differences. The background's super busy, right? So I needed something that was a sort of a bold pop. Don't come apart. I'm live right now. You can't wait to take my class. Oh, thanks. So a couple more days, you guys. Is today the 28th? You only have 2 more days to get into our mixed media bundle, mixed media class bundle. Here is where I need this book back. It's called Creatively Curious. If you're new to this page, you will not have heard of it. It's 6 mixed media teachers, 6 classes over the course of 6 weeks. And it's only $39. But the last day to buy it is whatever, Friday? What is today? Wednesday? What day is it? Is it Wednesday? The last excuse me, day to buy it is Friday. So there's actually a pinned link to that in the comments if you're interested in checking it out. So this little stinker is coming up. I feel like this didn't get all the way dry. And if you want to see the class, do you want to see what I'm teaching you? I'll show you what this is just my class. There's 6 classes, but this is what I'm going to teach you how to do. So that's so fun. Just wait till you see them all. It's so cool. All right, so I'm going to leave this here for now. Time. All right, that's not even 15 minutes. This is perfect. Perfect. Okay, so this mold I have on my website, it's called Mecha Moth, and it's really cool. It's got some gears and a couple butterflies, or these, I guess these are probably moths too. But it's a great little mold, and I'm going to use some Pixie Doh. So let me just move this. I opened my decoupage gel, and it literally, that's why I was washing my hands in the kitchen sink and then cut myself. My cap is so bad. Can you see how bad that is? I don't know if you can, but I opened it up and the gel came and it just all over my hands. I got to learn to be better with my caps. But hey, it's been 30 years and I still haven't changed. So I can't expect massive growth in that department. I really can't. Okay. So if you haven't seen Pixie Doh before, it is a foam clay. It's super fun to use. I totally admit when I started using it, I hated it because I didn't understand how it worked. And now I don't use anything else. It's so, so fun. So you see how like stretchy it is, right? But what you do is you just kind of warm it up in your hands. And it gets really, really pliable, but it isn't sticky, which is awesome. So you do need to liberally cornstarch your mold. The cornstarch will not stick to the pixie dough, so don't worry about it. You can kind of tap it right into the garbage when you get it out of the mold. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do little by little because this is a pretty big moth. So I'm just going to take off a little piece. Hey, Debbie from Florida. How are you? Welcome. Thank you, Denise. Hey, Maria. Great teas. I love it. You make copies so you can reuse for other projects. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that's okay, Shelly. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. So see, I'm just rolling it up into a ball. And then I'm going to stick it in the mold. And it's so pliable and easy to use. I can just spread it in the mold. Of course, it's sticking to my Band-Aid. So inconvenient. That is so inconvenient. So you just can kind of build it up little by little. It works really great. If you want to try the Paint Pixie Dough or any of the Paint Pixie products, I do have a link pinned to the comments. I am the creative director and brand ambassador for Paint Pixie, so I love every product. You can message me with any questions. Love it. Sprinkled. Thank you, Carolyn. Hey, Nancy. Hi, Shannon. Oh my goodness. I think everybody's off this week. This is so fun. I get to see everybody all at once. Let's stick this in the tail. So you can see it's just like the heat of your hand helps it, instead of like stacking, it really helps it just mold into itself. And so it's really easy to just keep adding and adding. And I always take a little baby piece. So see, like this antenna, you can just smash it right in there. It's fun to work with. Lisa, who's on here, she says it's very therapeutic for her. And she says she has arthritis in her hands and she just really loves working with it. It feels good in her hands. And I know that there's a lot of therapy dough out there. So it's kind of reminding me of that. But it is really nice. It's very nice. So this has just some fine detail up here. So there's two little squares that I'm kind of digging out. Kind of make up the face area. Do they have faces? I think they have faces. Hey, Barbara. You just ordered all the supplies for my curiosity project. Woo! That's so cool. Very therapeutic for your hands. Love it. Yeah. That's awesome. Lisa is actually going to be live on the Paint Pixie page tonight. So if you're not following the Paint Pixie page, you want to do that. There's a lot of great artists on there. We usually have somebody live over there at least every day. I feel like this holiday season, it hasn't quite been every day, but people are super busy during this time. So now I just have to fill in, and it doesn't matter what it looks like on the back, right? It looks a little choppy. That doesn't matter though, right? No one's going to see that. And I don't use Pixie Dough for jewelry. I just feel like it's a little light. I do make a lot of pendants with molds. So, I wouldn't recommend, if you're using it for jewelry, I would recommend really getting a brayer or something and really making this nice and smooth on the back, just because, it looks more like a professional finished piece then. I use resin and hot glue. Resin and hot glue. Look at all those hearts and emojis. Yeah, you were going to say that? Sorry, I should look over here because then I can leave my classes on. Thanks for adding me to your newsletter. Oh, gosh, my dad had rheumatoid arthritis too. Hey, Deb. Yeah, rheumatoid is no joke. That is no joke. So you see I put way too much on there. So what you can just do is smash it down and then you can just kind of stretch it and pull the rest off. Smash it down. These are professional artistic terms I'm sharing with you today. So now I find that in molds such as these, the Paint Pixie Dough needs to be put, like this whole thing needs to be put in the freezer for about an hour. If I try to get it out now, even though I put a ton of the cornstarch on, it's still a little bit sticky in these molds. And that's fine. Just make it ahead of time, right? So I will stick this just like this into my freezer. And then I'm going to put all of my pixie dough back in its house so I don't waste any. And voila! I have a complete fresh one. I put this in the freezer for about an hour. What I love so much about pixie dough, there are a couple things. First, you can paint it right away. The second you pop it out of the mold, you can paint it. It's ready to go. Two, it's pliable. So you could put this on candlesticks, you know, anything concave, vases, things like that. You can glue it down. It will dry. And it's just so light and fluffy all the time. And also it doesn't crack like air dry clay. So I love that about it too. So I'm actually just going to use, I'm out of my Paint Pixie licorice. It's on my list to order. So I'm just going to use a little craft paint. And I thought I'm going to be crazy and I'm going to paint this. I'm going to go dark with this. I'm going to go super dark with it. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Gayleen. That's so sweet of you. I do have a newsletter that I put out every single Friday where I give printables and links to tutorials to use the printables. So my newsletter goes out every single Friday. So if you're interested in that, you can just go to my website. Well, you can do one of two things. You can message me here through Facebook and I'll send you a link to sign up, or you can go to my website, janebelanteart.com. And if you just sit there for a second, a pop-up window will come, if you don't have your pop-up blocker on, that is, and ask if you want to get the printables. So I did not pour enough. But this week you're getting some vintage Alice in Wonderland things. You're getting a ledger. Let me think what else we're getting. Oh, the paper doll fairy girl that I used last night. You'll get a set of 4 of those girls. So janebelanteart.com. I can flash the website in a minute. So I'm just going to get this whole thing black. I'm kind of trying to cover up all the pixie dough because I want this to be kind of striking. Oh, that's going to be so cool on there. Time. 20 minutes. 22 minutes. I should have had this painted, but I wanted to show you what it looked like. So you can use your heat tool with pixie dough, but just remember how light it is and it will just blow right off your desk or whatever you're working on. So just keep that in mind. Almost done. This is a big guy. It's a big one. Hey, Sylvia. How's it going in South Dakota? What's the weather? Did you get a lot of snow? I can't remember. I know a lot in Buffalo, New York. My friend Judy lives there. Oh, so scary. We only got a couple inches, and tomorrow it's supposed to be like 50 degrees here in Wisconsin. So I may even ride my bike tomorrow if I'm feeling better. I might. Okay, super messy. I'm out of baby wipes too, I think. I need to get more. All right, so I'm going to use the brush to hang onto this in case it goes flying. Seems like it's not going to. Awesome. Okay, so since I just used an acrylic paint, I don't need to top coat this at all. If I use Paint Pixie Magical Chalk Paint, it reactivates, and so I would do a top coat. But let me see if I can. You see the details in there? It's so cool. But now you're about to see them even more. Of course, I poured too much paint out then. First, I didn't have enough, and then I poured too much. Glad my cat isn't in here. Okay, so this is going to go on here like this, right? But it's falling a little flat because it's just black, right? Oh, this is going to be so cool, you guys. I am into this. So I want to do one of two things. I have some distress embossing powders here. And I was thinking of adding a couple to the background. So I'm also on the Stencil Girl creative team. If you haven't heard of Stencil Girl and you want the best stencils and the biggest variety, you have to go check them out. If you buy anything, make sure you tell them I sent you. But these are by the artist Seth Apter. He's super cool. You guys should check him out. But I've got a whole bunch of his little stencils here. So their stencils are not expensive either. I think these little ones, the 4x4s, I want to say are like $4 or $5. The 6x6s are $7. And then their biggest one, well, they have another huge size, but the one we use, 9x12, they're only $14. I just think that's like that's such a good thing. So I was thinking about putting this up here with some embossing powders, and I may use, should I use both of these? This is, a really kind of a grungy, patinaed. I don't want to put the ink on. Anyways, I think it might be cool with both. What do you guys think? We've gone from below freezing 58 today and 70 by the weekend. Oh my gosh, Darlene, where are you at? Oh, you just told me. Georgia. Oh, that's cold for Georgia, isn't it? Oh, 70s. It sounds so wonderful right now. I think I'm just going to use a makeup sponge. I'm going to put this under it again. See, that's not quite going to work. I'm just going to have to be careful. This is just too thick. It's making it have a curve. I have some embossing ink. And I'm not sure. You know what? I'm not sure how it's going to go on with that. Let me just grab a stencil brush. I'm going to really, really saturate my brush because, again, this is porous, right? It's thick and porous. I did put the top coat of the gel over it, so that should help. If you're interested in learning about mixed media and what all the products are, the things that I've been using for the last 30 years, I actually have a $10 intro to mixed media course on my website. And you actually get 2 full step-by-step projects with it. And then I do an overview of supplies and just an overview of what mixed media is. So I'm just really making sure, because I normally can see a little glare where your embossing ink is, but because this paper is so busy, I can't see it right now. So I'm really just making sure that it's on there. We'll see. I don't know where my little tray is. I have a tray to dump my powders back onto, but I'm just going to use a piece of paper. And then rarely freeze there, but Elliot got you to. Oh my goodness. I've been checking out your site. This may get you in trouble. That's what I'm all about. You're new from Snohomish, Washington. Awesome. All right. I got 15 minutes. I better stop gabbing and get rolling. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of both. I don't know how I'm going to do that, though. I might have to not put this back into I think I need to put them on at the same time. Otherwise, if I dump this powder off, it's going to get stuck on the ink. And I want a combo of both. We'll see how this works. I hate to waste this. I'm going to have to use this combo on something else. I feel like it needs a little more up here. You probably can't quite see the design, but I can see it, and you'll see it a whole lot better after it's heated. All right, let's try this. Let's go with this. I'm going to move this way out of the way so it doesn't get blown by my heat tool. I'm going to use a high heat on this. And I hope that it shows. That blue might be too... Ooh, it's getting kind of light. We can't really see it. It's kind of neat, though. It is kind of neat in the background. You can't really see it, though. It really blended into the paper, so... That's all right, though. Then it'll just be an extra layer. I have one more idea for that, too. So in that regard, I was going to do the embossing powder on top of here, but since you can't totally see it, I think I'm just going to use some of these waxes. So I have these decor waxes on my website. There's a whole bunch of different colors. This one's called Firebird. I'm just going to squeeze a teeny weeny bit out. Hey, I see people popping on. Welcome. Hey, Deb. How are you? New from Central Illinois. Well, you are my southern neighbor. I am in Wisconsin. And then this one is the Peacock. So you see, I'm just using a teeny weeny bit, and that's probably too much. I'm grabbing the turquoise iris little edge. This is in the magic pack. Look at my hand. This is in the turquoise iris magic pack on the Paint Pixie site for artist brushes. It's a great little pack to have. It's 5 brushes. So I'm just going to flat pull it over these details. Does that make sense? That's pretty cool. I'm going to just use the other side of the brush for the peacock. Oh my goodness. This is why I love making art. It's so fun. Maybe I'll get some in the inner details with the peacock. Can you see that? Can you guys see that? I hope you can see that. You can? Oh yeah. Okay, good. You never know, right? So you can just keep layering these waxes. They're great. They're really fun. If you don't have any, I'd suggest getting 1 or 2 to start with, and then build your collection. If you are part of my art journaling club, you actually get a 10% discount at my shop all the time. I actually just closed the doors to that, but they'll open again. It'll open again. And if you're taking the Creatively Curious course, you'll have an invite to it from there. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. So Firebird and Peacock is what I'm using. What do you guys think? I really love this. This wax will wash out of your brush. It is water soluble. I love to use the Paint Pixie brush suds. It's a bar soap, and it's got it smells really good. There's lemon. I think she might still have the orange scent too. But it has saved a lot of brushes. I'm careless with my brushes. I really am. So the brush suds is really a lifesaver when it comes to that. All right. I love that. I wonder if I want one more color. Let's see what it would be. Let me just pull them all out. We'll see what I got. Maybe a lighter blue. I don't think it should be pink. Maybe the lighter blue. Oh, it's in my hand. I think that's going to help. It needs a little, even though that Firebird is bright, it needs a little bit of a lighter pop. And then there's that blue in here too. So I think that's really going to help bring it all together. What time is it? I have 10 minutes. You ordered the glass bead gels. Awesome. Love those colors. And that mold is awesome. Yeah. So the mold is called Mecha Moth. That's on my website as well. As you can see, I have a lot of the magic packs. I probably have 5 magic packs. I create stuff every day. I do a new YouTube video every Friday. So if you're not subscribed to me over there, please do. It's always completely different from what I do here on Facebook. I feel like that's good, but it's not exactly the pop I was looking for. So now let me just layer some of this in. Maybe it's red. Maybe. I do think that's really pretty though. What do you guys think? How are you, Miss Linda? Let's see. I don't think it's copper. That's two, one and the same. And then I have a rusty red. Let's try the rust. It is just a little bit darker. Oh, that's cool. See how you can layer these? They're so fun, these waxes. I love them with molds in particular just because there's so much texture. I'm a texture junkie. I love texture. It stops me in my tracks when I'm walking. I have to touch things. Oh, touch that. All right, I kind of like that. What do you guys think? Is that kind of cool? I love that. Actually, I quite like that. I quite like it. What do you guys think? Hearts, thumbs up. What do you think? Yes, love the color. Awesome. What do you think? What do you think? I'm looking for hearts or thumbs up. Something. Couple. Oh, there's some. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. Okay, I just have my Eileen's tacky glue. This is more permanent than hot glue. So I really like to use this for, I like this and I like heavy gel for adhering things. So if you'll follow me, you'll hear more about that. Wow, this is way cool. I'm liking it. All right, what if I just do to finish this off? Maybe I'll use this with this. Let's try this one. Oh my goodness. It's got powder on my computer keys. Smart. I have this little stamp. It's a Tim Holtz stamp. It says specimen and some other stuff on it. So let's see. Let's see if this works out. Now I don't have another piece of paper. This is going to be a combo mix of these colors. Let's see. Tiny, but we'll see if that works. May have to, this white might be too much. May have to. Let's try this idea again, but Let me gel this paper down a little bit. I'm going to use this antique linen distress ink. Can you just do it on this one? I can see the emboss through it, so this must be getting a little dry. I like these mini pads because you can do just this with it. Get a little bit more of the embossing ink. I'm doing it on the other side. See if it pops a little bit more with the distress ink on it. I can't pick it up. That is not working. Not working. What if we tried? What time is it? We have 5 minutes. All right. I think the embossing ink is not going to work. That's what I think. I'll put that down. What if I just used distress ink? Let's use the Rusty Hinge. Four minutes. I can do it. I know I can. This is just a piece of watercolor paper. It's a little bit thicker. I'm just darkening it a little bit. And then maybe we'll try this Broken China distress ink. I'm just going to turn it. I usually ink my stamp. Just want to make sure. We'll see if this works. It's really light. Let me tear it out, actually. Kind of like it, though. This part might be a touch big for scale-wise anyways. 3 minutes. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, I kind of like that. It needs to be a little bit darker, though. So here's my little thing. I may do a little vintage photo around the edge. That helps. Hey, Pat. Thanks, Lisa. Hi, Penny. Can use something instead of embossing ink? I mean, you can use whatever. Do you mean that could I use something? What's your question? What's your question, friend? What's you saying? Do I like that there? I think I do. What do you guys think? It looks old and weathered. Kind of cool. I think I like that. It ties this in too. What do you think? Tell me. I'm just spending the day with you. You just watched my video on encaustic painting. Oh, you bought the library? That's so cool. Oh my gosh. What did you think of the encaustic videos? Aren't they fun? Encaustic is ridiculously fun. It's expensive, but for those of you who don't know what encaustic is, you're painting with molten resin and wax. It's like literally melted. Cool. This is cool. I like it. Fabulous. Love it. You guys are so awesome. Thank you. Oh, I did get it. Oh, tick, tick, tick. Right? Oh my gosh, 1 minute. 1 minute. I did it. I did it. So this is going to need to be held down for a minute. But here's how it looks. Let me get that Band-Aid out of the way. Isn't that fun? How fun is that, you guys? Super easy to do. Really, it's just step by step. All you need to do is take your time. Anybody can make this. Head over to my website, janebelanteart.com. You can find the mold and the paper and the waxes on there. Get on my printables list. I'll send you tutorials and printables every single Friday with my newsletter. And that's it. I'm done. I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for hanging out.